Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amina and this is Experiencing Fragrances with Amina. Today we're going to talk about a house called Beaufort London. It's a British niche fragrance house, and I got the Discovery set, which I unboxed in a previous video of my Bloom Perfumery unboxing. So this one comes with 5 7.5 ml fragrances from the Come Hell or High Water collection of the Beaufort line. The Come Hell or High Water collection draws inspiration from strands of Britain's nautical history. So it's quite dark and like salty. It's a lot of sea nuances in all of, or most of it. I think in all the fragrances actually have some sort of salty accord or salty note to it. Which really goes well with the theme, I believe. So the first one up is going to be Canary. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but here it is. I hope that focuses nicely. So Canary is more of a dark fragrance. It's very, very smoky, predominantly smoky and very woody. To me, Canary comes off slightly masculine, but it definitely has some interesting notes in it. So the top notes are lime, smoke, gunpowder. The mid notes are blood, brandy, sea spray, and the base notes are amber, fir, balsam, and cedarwood. So once you spray this, you definitely get the lime in your face, and it's not like a sweet lime. It's definitely more of a bitter lime, kind of like when you squeeze a lime and then you lick your fingers and you get the zest from the rind or the skin. That's the kind of lime scent that I get from it. It's not sweet at all, but it's quite bitter. So the lime makes it really bright in the opening, but then it's very intensely smoky, and that smoke kind of lasts throughout the life of the fragrance. So out of the middle notes, the only note that I can really distinguish is definitely the sea spray. It gives it a slight saltiness. I also get a little bit of sweetness from the fir and a little bit of dryness from the cedarwood. Compared to other woods, every time I smell cedar, I think of something that's very dry and hard, and that's the kind of scent that I'm getting, or the scent profile that I'm getting from the cedarwood in this fragrance. So who would wear Canary? I feel like Canary is definitely for someone who has an eclectic taste, who is comfortable with wearing something that is really smoky, because this one is, out of the whole line, this one is, in my opinion, the smokiest one. It doesn't have strong leather vibes. The other one, there's another one in the collection that does, and we're going to talk about that next actually. But this one's definitely one for someone who's kind of mysterious. Yeah, so I can see a guy wearing this on a night out with maybe a few friends. He's at a pub, there's alternative live music in the background, and he's drinking a glass of whiskey neat. You know, this is the kind of person that I see wearing this and possibly pulling this off. So the next one is going to be Cour de Noir. This one right here. I'm not really good at French, but I think this translates into dark heart or heart of darkness. I'm not sure, or black heart, maybe black heart. Let's go with that. Cour de Noir is also one that's very, very smoky, but unlike Canary, this one has a very heavy leathery note. It's very dark, it's very earthy, somewhat soily, I would say, and there's a little bit of tobacco in it as well. So the top notes are ginger, rum, ink. The middle notes are paper, leather, and vanilla. And the base notes are cedarwood, tobacco, and birch tar. The standout notes to me, especially in the dry downs, are leather, tobacco, smoke, and cedarwood. Again, it's very similar to Canary, but in my opinion, I find this a bit more wearable. I find that this one is also more unisex, whereas Canary was more of a masculine scent. Either way, I feel like any gender can wear it comfortably, but just this one, to me, I think because it has vanilla in it, it kind of warms it up a bit, makes it, you know, slightly more sophisticated. I can see someone wearing this to a formal event at night. Canary and Cour de Noir are definitely nighttime cool weather scents. Definitely. I would not wear this. I think it's too heavy and too dense, and maybe too projecting to wear during the day, or even in the, I can't imagine anyone wearing this in the summer. Again, you can wear whatever you want, whenever you want, but I think scents like these two, or the first two, the Tonnerre and Cour de Noir, really shine and will make a pretty good impression during the cooler months, and I would recommend wearing this mostly at night. So I really do like Cour de Noir. It's one that's definitely now on my wish list. I find it quite seductive and sexy. I think the leather note and the vanilla kind of work well together to give me that impression. So the next one is actually, I think it's my favorite out of the bunch. It's Viet Armis or Army, I'm not sure. There that is, yeah. So this one is kind of on the opposite spectrum of the first two that we spoke about. So this one's definitely more fresh, it's sweeter, it's a bit softer as well, in my opinion. It also has a little bit of spice. The top notes on this are cardamom, black pepper, tea leaf. The mid notes are whiskey, incense, and opium. Base notes are tobacco, birch, and oud. So for me, I get a spiced black tea, not a creamy tea, but just a spiced black tea. It's not creamy, nor is it milky. It's slightly smoky. As I said, it's sweet, and there's a booziness to it, which obviously comes from the whiskey in the mid. For me, the base notes, the oud, tobacco, and birch, they aren't standout notes, which I kind of like because it lets my favorite part of the fragrance shine. So instead of being dominant in the base, it kind of just gently embraces all the other notes and just allows it to, you know, the way it works with all the other notes make it a very, to me, quite easy to wear day or night scent. I feel like this scent will easily transition from day to night. Yeah, I really like this one. I keep dropping stuff. Maybe I had too much coffee today. I should maybe calm down on that. For me, I think this is the perfect scent for the day or night, possibly in the spring or fall. I don't think it's heavy enough to really push through during the cooler winter months. It's so good. I really like this. For me, this for sure is unisex, but it leans slightly feminine. Yeah, I can see myself wearing this on like a casual day or night out with my friends, maybe for a brunch or a lunch, dinner, movie night, whenever. This, I think, could be a really good signature scent for a man or woman. But for me, like I said, I feel it leans a bit more feminine. But yeah, this composition is really unique and is a standout for sure in the collection. Next up is Lignem Vitae. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Lignem Vitae. So Lignem Vitae is actually a type of wood that's indigenous to the Caribbean and South America, which is kind of fitting because the theme or the inspiration behind this house is the nautical history of Britain. And a lot of that had to do with trade and colonization between the Caribbean, India, and all the stuff they did back in the day in the 1800s. Because of its strength, the wood was used to build sailing ships back in the day. And another fun fact, Lignem Vitae is the official tree of the Bahamas. So this one is Beaufort's answer to Gourmand. This one is really unique as far as gourmands go, but I feel like the style of Beaufort, this is just, it, I think fits in the line perfectly. So the top notes for this one are black pepper, pepper tree berry oil. I don't know what that is, but it works. It smells really good. Madeleine cake accord. The middle notes are juniper berry, ginger, and lime. And then the base are the Lignem Vitae wood accord, buttery accord, and sea salt accord. To me, I get a lemon pound cake when I smell this. It's sweet, but the sea salt accord and the lime and ginger keep it from going too cloying. I feel like this can be worn also any time of the year, even in the summertime, because it kind of has that saltiness and that slight citrus. I think this can be appropriate for the summer, spring, and because it's sweet, I think it could be appropriate in the winter months as well. Probably fall, winter, during the day. This could be your guy. This is also on my wish list, actually. To me, this is one of the most unique gourmands I've ever smelled. And the Madeleine Cake Accord is so spot on. So spot on. Yeah, I need to have this in my collection. I'll try to be responsible and to finish this before I add a full bottle. So last but not least is Fathom 5. Here, I think I have to move with it for it to focus. So Fathom 5 is Beaufort's version of a freshie in a sense. It's very green, it's very woody. It's quite herbaceous, herbly. It's clean, it's fresh, it's green, it's woody, slightly floral. To me, this gives me very masculine energy. The top notes on this one are earth, green leaves, aquatic. Mid notes are cumin, lily, black pepper, and base is vetiver, moss, salt. So for me, the best way to describe this fragrance is if Irish Spring had an older, sexier, stronger, more like a cooler brother, it's this guy. It's for sure this guy. It's a more sophisticated version of Irish Spring. Although this leans very masculine, or it smells very masculine to my nose, I think I would rock this. I'm actually not a fan of green fragrances. Green fragrances are not my favorite. But when I smelled this definitely took me by surprise. First off, I didn't know it was going to be green by the name of it. And when I smelled it, I was surprised at how fresh and green it was, and that I liked it. It was a pleasant green scent. And like I said, green scents are not my favorite, but I can definitely see myself wearing it. So I can see this being kind of like an everyday signature scent for a guy. He can be able to wear this at the office without disturbing people. I would be careful though, because the projection on it is quite loud to me. So if you're going to be wearing this in like close quarters with other people, I would suggest maybe being careful with the sprays. But yeah, ultimately I think this is it's windy outside, guys. Let me wrap this up real quick. So yeah, this was definitely a safe scent, everyday scent that a guy can easily wear in an office, a day out with his friends. This is daytime fragrance. Either daytime or nighttime in the spring, summer months. But not tropical, not in a tropical environment. Yeah. So that was my review for the Beaufort London's Come Hell or High Water Discovery Set. I got mine from Bloom Perfumery. If you guys are interested in any fragrances from Beaufort, I highly suggest either ordering samples or getting a discovery set like this, because their fragrances aren't mass appealing. They are for maybe the type of people who are okay with wearing something that could start a conversation, wearing something that definitely stands out. You're not gonna walk around and have anyone smelling like you if you're wearing any of these. Beaufort does have another collection with other fragrances that I don't have experience with, but I believe they kind of have the same dark, smoky feel as most of these here. So if you're interested, like I said, I definitely recommend trying samples. I wouldn't recommend blind buying any of these, to be honest, but definitely get your hands on some samples. If you know someone who can get you a small little decant, I highly recommend it. So have you guys ever tried any fragrances from the Beaufort London line? I feel like it's not one that I hear many people talk about, so I'll be very interested to see how many you guys have tried and which ones you like. Comment down below. Thanks for watching. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys soon.